Let us pray. Almighty God, who in your wisdom and goodness have appointed the offices of leaders and legislative assemblies for the welfare of society and the just government of the people, we beseech you to behold with your abundant favor as your servants whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of important trusts in this republic. Let your blessings descend upon us here assembled, and grant that we treat and consider all matters that shall come under deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you have committed to our church. Amen. Good afternoon, honorable members. We have enough quorum to start our sitting this afternoon, and I'm calling upon the clerk to take us through the order paper.
Order number 1, administration of oath.
Okay, proceed.
Order number 2, communication from the chair.
Next order.
Order number 3, messages.
Next order.
Order number 4, petitions.
Next order.
Order number 5, papers.
How many papers do we have? I see you said as listed in the appendix. How many? All right, so honorable members, I'm guided that we have 3 business under this order, number 5. We have the first one is by Honorable Geoffrey Kamulu, Chairperson, Youth, PWDs, Women and Sports Committee. We have the second business by Honorable Robert Kisini, Chairperson, Environment, Energy, Lands and Natural Resources Committee. And then the last one is by Honorable Betty Nzoki, Chairperson, Culture, Social Welfare and Tourism. So let's start in that order, under order number 5. Honorable Geoffrey Kamulu. If Honorable Kamulu is not here and we have a member of that committee, let's proceed. Yes, Honorable Jacinta, thank you. Proceed and do the necessary. Please take it to Honorable Jacinta.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Honorable Jacinta Luka, nominated by WIPA, representing PWDs, and I'm the Vice Chair of the committee. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly today, 4th May 2022, the report of the Youth, PWDs, Women and Sports Committee on the Machakos County Youth Empowerment Bill 2021. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Jacinta. The paper is signed. Just confirm on record. Yes, it is signed. Thank you. Thank you. So the next business, Honorable Robert Kisini.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My name is Honorable Robert Kisini, representing the people of the river. And I am the Chairman of Environment and Lands and Natural Resources. Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly today, 4th May 2022. the report of the Environment, Energy, Lands and Natural Resources Committee on the Machakos County Sand Harvesting Amendments Bill 2021.
The paper is signed, and thank you, Honorable Kisini. The next business is by Honorable Betty Nzioki or any member in the committee. I don't see Honorable Betty Nzioki in the house. Honorable Helen Mate, thank you.
Madam Speaker, I'm not a member of the committee, but I think I'm the sponsor of the bill.
That is good. Proceed. It's good.
Honorable Speaker, I wish to lay the following paper on the table of the Assembly today, 4th May 2022. The report of the Culture, Social Welfare and Tourism Committee on the Machakos County Cultural Heritage Bill 2021.
Thank you. It is signed. Yes, I have been shown the report. It is signed. Mr. Clerk, next order.
Order number 6, notices of motion.
Next.
Order number 7, statements.
Proceed, please.
Order number 8, motion approval of report on allegations of corruption and abuse of office by some members of the County Public Service Board.
All right. Honorable members, under this order, we have one business, and the member to prosecute the business is Honorable Kalumu. Honorable Francis Kioko Kideka, and Chairperson Labor, Public Service and ICT Committee. Right.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Francis Kioko Kideka, Chairperson Labor, Public Service and ICT Committee. Honorable Speaker, that aware that Article 10, Sub-Article 2 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 provides for national values and principles of governance, such as the rule of the law, human dignity, equity, social justice, and human rights, among others, and which binds all state organs, state officers, public officers, and all persons wherever they apply, enact or implement public decision. Aware that Article 41, Sub-Article 1 and Sub-Article 2, A and B of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 provides that everyone has the right of fair labor practices, and that every worker has the right to a fair remuneration and reasonable working conditions. Further aware that Article 47(1) of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 provides that every person has the right to administrative action that expeditious, efficient, and lawful, reasonable and procedural, fair. Aware that Article 47(2), Sub-Article 2 of the Constitution provides that if a right or fundamental freedom of person has been or is likely to be adversely affected by administrative action, the person has the right to be given written reason for the action. Aware that the Labor, Public Service and ICT Committee was tasked to investigate and respond back to the House on statement sought on 12th October 2021, whereby some members of the County Public Service Board were accused of corruption and abuse of office in the process of recruitment, appointments and promotion of officers in the county public service. Honorable Speaker, I wish to move the motion that this Honorable House discusses and approves the Labor, Public Service and ICT Committee report on allegation of corruption and abuse of office by some members of the Machakos County Public Service Board. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kideka. Who do you call to Which of the members?
I call upon Honorable Rosina to second the motion.
Honorable Rosina, oh yes, she's there. Please proceed.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I'm Rosina Kanini, nominated by Wiper, and a member of the committee, and I do second. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Kalumu, please come and read the report. I believe you have a summary, executive summary. Yes, you do. Because you remember, members, in the morning, I indicated that the report was to be shared to you electronically on your WhatsApp group and website so that you look at it. So this time round, most of the parts, the honorable member will just be referring you to it because you've already read, so that we can now leave some time for the debate. Thank you. Proceed, Honorable Kalum.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. This is a report on allegation of corruption, abuse of office by some members of the Machakos County Public Service Board. Preface. Honorable Speaker, the Labour, Public Service and ICT Committee has been playing a major role in monitoring ongoing county structures, policies and procedures necessary for efficient and effective functioning of all departments. The County Public Service Board has been accused of recruiting and appointing officers of County Public Service Board in violation of Article 10(1) and Sabbatical 2A, B, C, and D, and Article 41, Sabbatical 1 and 2B, Article 47, Sabbatical 1 and 2, and Article 232, Sabbatical 1G and 2A of the Constitution, and Section 65, Subsection 1 and 2 of the County Government Act. Through a statement sought on 12th October 2021, there is an annexure. The committee was tasked to provide a response on allegation made by members of the public regarding corruption, abuse of office, and sexual harassment in the process of appointing and promoting officers by the Machakos County Public Service Board, and the report back and to report back to the House. The committee, through a meeting held on 13th October 2021, agreed to get responses from the responsible persons on the following. 1. Allegation made by members of the public against the Secretary of Machakos County Public Service Board. 2. Allegation made by members of the public against members of County Public Service Board. 3. Measures put in place to ensure equal treatment of staff in the county public service. The committee agreed to interrogate the county secretary, county executive committee member for public service, quality management and ICT, and the chief officer, public service and quality management. All members of the public, all members of County Public Service Board, and 2 officers of the county government who were complained of sexual harassment. The committee commenced the exercise immediately, but sought for an extension of time to enable it complete of the assignment due to change in the House calendar. Mandate of the committee. Honorable Speaker, the Labour, Public Service and ICT Committee is established pursuant to Standing Order number 190 and its specific mandate defined in the second schedule of the County Assembly of Machakos Standing orders to deal with all matters relating to labor, trade union, relations, manpower, or human resource planning, information, communication and technology. Committee composition. Honorable Speaker, the committee is currently constituted as 13 members as follows. Honorable Francis Kalumu, Chairperson. Honorable Margaret Mbidi, Vice Chair. Honorable Alex Kamitu, Member. Honorable Irene Bivia, member. Honorable Constant Bulanzioki, member. Honorable Friendly Mutoka, member. Honorable Justus Kastumo, member. Honorable Nicholas Mutuku, member. Honorable Paul Nyanzi, member. Honorable Anastasia Mutuku, member. Honorable Rosina Kanini, member. Honorable Alice Zioka, member. Honorable Eric Musembi, member. Legal framework. Relevant laws. Honorable Speaker, in undertaking the task, the committee relied on the following laws, among others. One.
Honorable Kalumu, I will seek to be of help. We agreed that this report was to be read by members. Can we go together?
Yeah, we are together.
Just take the report, the main report. Because I've noted that the summary is not even a summary as such. It is still very long. So just take the main report, be given the hard copy, and then we will agree with the members. Honorable Kalumu, you are referring to the legal framework.
Yes.
And that runs on the main report from page 6 to page 8. Do you agree with me? The legal framework.
Yes, up to page 8.
Page 8. The members have looked at that.
Okay.
They are aware of it. So we go to page 9.
There is an inquiry into the conduct of members of the County Public Service Board.
Yes. Now that talks of the witnesses you called.
This is how we call them for
Yes.
interrogation.
The dates and the time.
Yes, the days and time.
There's a table.
There's a schedule there.
And that schedule runs up to page 10.
Yes.
You okay with that?
Yes.
You refer the members to that?
I referred the members to look at that or
To page 10.
to page 10.
Okay. Now, the allegations that are made under page 10, the paragraph under the table are 3. There are 3 types.
Yes, there's corruption, abuse of office, and sexual harassment.
Okay. And the details of them are listed on pages 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18,
Up to page 20.
Good. So those are the allegations,
Yes.
and there are details of them,
Yeah.
and the responses from each of the parties that addressed you on the matter.
Yes, Madam Speaker.
Members, did you see that? Members, you saw that on the report when it was sent to you, and you have read that, isn't it? Right. So we go to page 20.
21, where is committee observations?
Yes, this is critical. Now we need to hear you read. Are we in agreement, members? Thank you. So just go to page 21. Read every word from page 1 on 21 onwards.
Straight away, Madam Speaker.
Yes.
Committee observations. Honorable Speaker, the committee observed the following. The sexual harassment allegations have not been substantiated, and other institutions that were informed did not find merit on the allegations. Hence, the committee is not able to substantively recommend action against the accused person. 2, the board has not taken any action as per Section 75 of the County Government Act to correct any action on irregularities reported on appointment of officers without the required qualifications. 3, 4 former officers of the defunct municipal councils who had been charged with murder in criminal case number 8 of 2012 in the High Court of Kenya at Machakos and suspended from duty in April 2012 were eventually acquitted, and a request for reinstatement denied pending clarification from the board as sought by the County Executive Committee member. Public Service and Quality Management, in a letter dated 27th July 2021, a reference is there under. 4, there is a likelihood that a number of employees in the county were employed without the requisite qualifications. Number 5, the County Public Service Board has been authorizing departments to recruit employees through delegated authority. 6, the county has 25 sub-county administrators and 18 deputy sub-county administrators. 7, there was an allegation in the course of interrogation that some chief officers were converting their employment terms to directors on permanent and pensionable terms of service in order to unlawfully get absorbed in the public service. 8, the County Executive Committee member, Public Service and Quality Management, 2 board members and complainants of sexual harassment are all denied allegations of soliciting money from candidates who apply for various jobs. 9, a board member presented a letter dated 29 June 2020, which the member had written addressing the chair of the board. In the said letter, the member states that members of the board had been required by the chair to forward names of consideration in the UHC to recruitment. Committee findings. Honorable Speaker, the committee found out the following. 1, the County Public Service Board is not working in unity. It is divided with 2 of its members reporting to be isolated, hence don't form part of any board resolutions. 2, 2 County Public Service Board members did not agree with the way investigations on the sexual harassment complaints were dealt with. They were opting for an independent body to be engaged to carry out the investigations. 3, on the issue of the 4 former employees of the defunct municipal council who were charged with the murder and suspended from duty in April 2012 and eventually acquitted and are seeking reinstatement, the committee established that the board had relied on the Department of Forensic and Inspectorate Service and an advisory from the County Law Office to recommend reinstatement. The matter is not concluded up to date. 4, there is a constant conflict between the board and the Department of Public Service, Quality Management and ICT, especially in the service of very key mandates.
In the exercise.
There is constant conflict between the board and the Department of Public Service, Quality Management and ICT, especially in the exercise of very key mandates, i.e. appointments, promotions, and payroll management. 5, there is serious loss of public funds through unlawful appointments. The CEO or the secretary to the board indicated that there were illegal payments to 2 ambulance technicians in the Departments of Health and Emergency Services who had been earning for years the salary of clinical officers, as shown in the letter dated 2nd September 2021 to the board's chairperson. In the said letter, he alleges that there have been continued threats never to disclose this to the board or document it anywhere by the CECM. 6, abuse of delegated authority to recruit. 1, request for delegated authority from Chief Officer, Office of the Deputy Governor was approved by the board to hire 9 officers in the Office of the Deputy Governor. However, the committee could not establish whether the recruitment process was competitive since the long listing containing all applicants with their qualification and testimonials was not provided. A formal reminder was done to the chair, County Public Service Board. 2, delegated authority to the county treasury to recruit 133 officers was withdrawn for non-compliance with the terms given by the board. The committee was informed that the recruitment committee for the board withdrew the process for failure to abide by the conditions given by the board. A request for the necessary documentation was sought. 7, it was established that the board has never done any staff audit or taken any action on employees who have higher job groups than they are qualified for. 8, there has been an overlap of responsibilities between the board and Department of Public Service and Quality Management. The committee noted that some mandates of the board have been usurped by the usurped by the Department of Public Service and Quality Management, like selections and recruitment. On 9th, on this issue of the designated 25 sub-county administrators and 18 deputy sub-county administrators, the committee established that 1, 7 of these are serving as sub-county administrators in various sub-counties. 2, 6 of these are serving as deputy sub-county administrators in various sub-counties. 3, 27 of these are serving as deputy directors in various directorates. 4, 3 of them have resigned as sub-county administrators. The committee could not get a clear justification on why some of these officers continue ordering on the designation of sub-county administrator and deputy sub-county administrators while currently deployed in other offices. 10, on the allegation of chief officers converting their employment terms to directors on permanent and pensionable terms of service, the committee was informed that only one chief officer was recruited as a director through a competitive process. 11, on the issue of irregularities in recruitment for universal health care, the committee was informed that a request to recruit extra officers had been made by the department after the advertisement. The committee requested for evidence of the request and necessary approvals on the same. However, a response has not been received yet. 12, there is conflict of interest in the recruitment process by the board. A board member presented a letter dated 29th June 2020, which the member had written addressing the chair of the board. In the said letter, the member states that members of the board had been required by the chair to forward names for consideration in the Universal Health UHC 2 recruitment. Upon interrogation into the matter, the chair of the board indicated that the board member would usually present names anytime there was a recruitment exercise and insists that the persons he had presented should be recruited. Committee recommendations. Honorable Speaker, the committee hereby makes the following recommendations. 1, pursuant to Section 75 of the County Government Act, which mandates the board to correct any irregularities, the board should immediately rationalize employment terms for all staff whose qualifications do not match with their remuneration, and any loss of public resources resources through salary overpayment be recovered. 2, the County Public Service Board members in the office in 2014 should be investigated and held accountable for the relevant investigative bodies such as
irrelevant.
by the relevant investigative bodies such as Ethics and Corruption Commission and Directorate of Criminal Investigation for irregularities of appointing officers to positions they do not qualify for, including appointment of Ellen Mudeu, Musau, and Caroline Duku Nzioka. On sexual harassment, which is a criminal offense under Section 23 of the Sexual Offences Act, the committee recommends further investigation by the Directorate of Criminal Investigations who are at a position to verify the authenticity of mobile phone messaging communication exhibits presented by the complainant to the committee. 4, an audit of the entire county public service should be carried out to vet the qualifications, job groups, designations, workstations, and salaries of all staff, and report be presented to the House. Sorry, let me repeat that. An audit of the entire county public service should be carried out to vet the qualifications, job groups, designations, workstations, and salaries of all staff, and report to be presented to the House.
Is it to vet or to verify? Should
To
the
vet.
word be vet or verify?
To verify.
Okay.
5, that the County Public Service Board engages Kenya National Qualification Authority to assist in verification of the 2 employees' qualification and any other they suspect. 6, pending the comprehensive audit of the entire county public service, the board should provide to the Assembly with an organogram for county offices, departments, and as well as the County Public Service Board. In addition, provide details of all staff occupying the positions in the organogram. The details in a tabular form should include name, qualifications, job group, designation, date of appointment, workstation, and basic pay within 60 days. The organogram should be provided in a report that includes each department's wage bill. 7, that the board put on hold all internal and external recruitments until the Assembly receives and considers the report in recommendation number 6 above. 8, the board should provide to the Assembly a status report on reinstatement of 4 former officers of the defunct municipal council who had been charged with murder in criminal case number 8 of 2012 in the High Court of Kenya at Machakos, and suspended from duty in April 2012 and were eventually acquitted of the murder charges. 9, the board should provide a resolution to the Assembly within 60 days on unity of purpose and commitment to work together so as to inspire confidence that the board is able to deliver on its mandate. 10, the board should fully take up its mandate on recruitment from the Department of Public Service and Quality Management or any other department so as to stop the abuse of delegation under Section 86 of the County Government Act. 11, the board should provide a report on the engagement of 27 deputy directors deployed in various directorates who continue to hold the designations of sub-county administrators and deputy sub-county administrators. Further, the report should give a breakdown on their remunerations from the date of designation as sub-county administrators and deputy sub-county administrators, as well as deputy directors. 12, the Department of Public Service and Quality Management should restrain itself from interfering with the mandate of the board, and especially in the matter of selection and recruitment. Conclusion. Honorable Speaker, some of the names and details of persons whose information the committee came across in the course of the inquiry have been concealed for confidentiality purposes. The committee considers keeping such information confidential to protect official correspondence and the identities of any other persons who are not involved in the inquiry. It is therefore my duty on behalf of the Committee on Labor, Public Service and ICT to table this report and recommend it to this Honorable House for consideration and adoption. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kalumu. Thank you. I'm going to propose the question so that members, you can now discuss the motion. So, honorable members, I now propose the question that this Honorable House discusses and approves the Labor, Public Service and ICT report. Let me repeat, the typing has an error. I now propose the question that this House discusses and approves the report of the Committee on Labor, Public Service and ICT on allegations of corruption and abuse of office by some members of the Machakos County Public Service Board, CPSB. So, honorable members, I invite you to debate the motion. Honorable Irene.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Irene Bivia, Special Elect Jubilee. I wish to congratulate the chair, and I'm a member of that committee, for the report that has been brought forth in this House. Indeed, it wasn't easy for the committee because of the allegation and the irregularities from sexual harassment, abuse of office, and even asking for documents and details that some of them haven't been provided up to this point. And the recommendations from the report are very clear, Madam Speaker, and I wish that the 60 days that have been given to the board could be adhered to, so that they provide this House with a concrete report in all matters that pertain corruption, even sexual harassment, because the members who are alleged to have been harassed sexually, no investigation was done per se to show the depth of the matter. When it comes to selection and recruitment, it seems that the board doesn't have autonomy on who should employ, who should promote, and how remunerations are done. So it should be checked. We also saw from the submissions that were provided that some of the members or some of the employees received 3 salaries higher from their job groups. So we really need a proper audit done. And since we shall pass a budget before we exit, it is my prayer that it should be considered that they should be considered on budget so that a proper audit is done in that department. Thank you, Madam Speaker. I wish to applaud the chair and the entire committee for the good work done. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Irene. Honorable Kisini.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Honorable Robert Kisini, representing the people of the river. I want to commend the committee for the good work it has done to the chairman. We have seen they have highlighted to us what has been happening there. Long before, in the course of our debate here, we had seen that there was a bloated wage bill which really hindered or which could not make us do development because of most of the money was used to pay for the workers. Now here's the committee which has put plainly to us what has been happening there. And a good example is what was highlighted, that it seems as if they have converted unemployed to public service from contracts and whatever to a permanent jobs. I don't know why, what was the aim. That was one thing which was highlighted by the committee, and I want to commend them for that. And then the abuses, the corruptions, and so forth. So, Madam Speaker, it is good that we have known those who were on contracts, it's as if they were converted to be on permanent, while we are still there, and I don't know if the committee was aware, and so forth. So, Madam Speaker, as the Vice Chair said, it is good before we leave to know what was the basis. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Kisini. Honorable Mutinda.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. My name is Thomas Mutinda, Member of County Assembly, Omonyo Ward. I start by thanking the Chair for this good report and his committee. Madam Speaker, I think they have done a good job. And Madam Speaker, I think what we have been going all the time around, seeing that the personnel ratio is going beyond the limits, I think this is one of the causes which has been leading to this. And action should be taken to curb that. And Madam Speaker, I think maybe the scheme is maybe to make it difficult for that other government coming to find it difficult to run the county. And Madam Speaker, I think there should be something which should be done so that we don't end up in this situation, Madam Speaker. The personnel ratio in this county is high. When we get a report which reads that there was a move to employ 25 sub-county administrators while we have 8 or 9 sub-counties, then it makes you worry that it means we are trying to look for ways, they are trying to look for ways of increasing the wage bill. So I think it's the right move to have some of these things taken to the relevant government agents to do further investigations and action be taken. Madam Speaker, I think I support and say that that's the way to go. How I wish it would have started long time ago, because this is where the problem of this county starts. And I think going that way, then we shall try to have the county in harmony and we have things moving forward. And the personnel and ratio compared to the development ratio will give us a space for development. Otherwise, I support and say that now that we are coming to a time of budget process, which is at the final stage, we don't expect to find the personnel ratio going beyond the limits such that it will be difficult for this house to approve and make it difficult for that other government coming to work for the people of Machakos County. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you, Honorable Mutinda. Honorable Johanna.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I also wish to applaud the committee for the good job. Madam Speaker, I have noted that as indicated, there is an overlap of either the mandate of the Public Service and Quality Management Department and also the board. Madam Speaker, I would request that the county makes efforts to either benchmark with the national government, the structure of the national government, and in case there is a duplication, either we can decide to dissolve that department or maybe clearly separate the functions of the two, because we cannot have two arms of the same government doing the recruitment. Madam Speaker.
Honorable Johanna, just to let you know, the work of the mandate of the County Public Service Board is as clear as daylight, as spelled out in the laws. And the work of the department is also as clear as daylight. Because obviously the work of recruitment and promotions and termination is the work of the County Public Service Board. But when you get an overzealous department, then it takes over those roles. And I don't think it is by mistake, it must be deliberate. So it is just about misbehavior. There is no way you can dissolve either of the two, because the department is just to do the administrative part. So the board recruits and then gives the staff now to the departments. And remember, requisitions for the employment comes from the user departments. So if they have asked, they will be given the staff. And now who does the day-to-day management of the HR? It is the department. There's no overlap, but that which is created intentionally, from what I see in the report.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I am advised. I was basing my argument on the last recommendation that the department should restrain from interfering with the mandate of the board, because that should not be the case.
The committee was very right on spot to say that, based on what we've agreed. Each of the two have their specific mandates under the law. It's just one which is now going to eat onto the mandate of another.
So one wonders why it should be like that, because I don't see how it should be allowed to happen. Then the next thing is that I have also seen where members of the same board also seem to dictate on who is to be employed, and the board seems to be in agreement and lament later that they received a list of some requests from a member to do the recruitment. I'm sure that is a lack of integrity on the side of the board. And Madam Speaker, this is a malpractice which should also be dealt with. Madam Speaker, we should have, I want to believe we have a clear scheme of service which indicates the entry qualification for each job group, and also the remuneration, and at the same time on when and how one is supposed to be promoted to the next job group. So I would also indicate that as we also audit the department in terms of how many employees we have, their qualifications and their positions, we also audit the scheme of service, the one which is in place, so that we can also be clear on whether it clearly indicates on the progression of each employee since from the time they are employed and how they are supposed to progress over the various positions, or rather their career growth within their departments. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Johanna. Can the mover of the motion reply, please, Honorable Kalumu?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I would like to say, since inception of Second Assembly, I've been a member of the Labour Committee. And we have been having issues with the board, starting with the first one, which could not give even a single information when we requested for. By that time, I wasn't the chair, but in 2 years or 3 years' time, I became the chair. Unfortunately, Madam Speaker, we got this is a new board now. If you look at the contents of this, the report, you find that it has something that can show you where the problem is. And starting with the chair is very able to give us whatever we want, and the secretary. The only big issue with this board is there is infight among us them, which needs to be resolved. We have given a recommendation that they give us a report showing that they can work together for the remaining term, and report to
How long is the term?
for them, not
Final.
us, not
For them.
us. For them,
For them,
yes.
how long?
I think they are in the second year, if not second year, the third year.
They
for the
have
board.
a long way to go.
The-
If they don't see eye to eye, how will they work? Okay.
So, Madam Speaker, the problem started with the recruitment. If you look at the contents of the report, recruitment started from 2014 when they started recruiting employees who didn't have the requisite qualifications. And now the process of recruitment began, and that is where now the problem started, because these two ladies wanted to be promoted while they don't have the requisite qualification. Hence, I'm twisting the secretary to do what? To at least promote them. Some of them, if you look at the details, you find that they brought diplomas, which from institutions which do not exist. Madam Speaker, I would like also.
What it appears is that the accusers have turned out to be the accused.
Everybody has its own problem. The accuser have their problem, and the accusers their problem. You see, and that is why we have brought it very outright and say what it is. The committee has said what it is. It never went this side or that side. And that is why we have requested them to bring to us this house, if it will be there in the next 60 days, an organogram that will show us how they have been doing. Because you look at the report, you find that there is 27 sub-county administrators, both deputy and sub-county administrator. You find that we have 9 sub-counties, and we have 25 or 27 27 sub-county administrators. So you find that there are some employees who don't have offices. So that is why we have requested for an overall audit. Madam Chair, we have even gone further to ask for National Qualification Authority to come in Machakos County and vet and verify the qualifications of our employees or public service, because it seems there is a problem somewhere.
The board appeared before this assembly some times back and said that there was an audit that was done in 2016. You did not see the result of the audit.
We never saw that. It was not brought to us.
So your finding is that there was no audit?
There was no audit, because we could not find such kind of
employees who didn't have qualification for the position they have. We have found even the first employees of the board were given 3 grades over their qualification, above what they qualified for. So that indicates that the county public service is in a mess, which needs to be corrected by an audit. So with those few remarks, I take this opportunity to thank my committee members and you, Madam Speaker, for the provision of money for writing the report, and also the secretariats for helping us to give such a good report. Thank you.
Now, there's something before you sit down, Honorable Kalumu. There's something that you kept on referring to in the report as the county public service, and you appreciate that the county government consists of the assembly and the county executive. So are you referring to the whole employment, including that of the assembly?
I'm not sure. I've not vetted, I've not written a report on the assembly side.
So the report is about the county executive.
The county executive.
Service.
And even if, for example, if they are vetted and asked to be vetted, why do they fear? There is no reason for them to fear, because if a person was employed when he was, if he was qualified, why fear?
If they have the papers.
Yeah, if they have the papers.
Okay.
There's no reason for fear.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Right, so honorable members, let me put the question that this honorable house discusses and approves the report of the Committee on Labor, Public Service, and ICT on allegations of corruption, abuse of office by some members of the Machakos County Public Service Board, CPSB. As many as of the opinion say aye. Aye. As many as of the contrary opinion say nay. The ayes have it. Thank you. So, at this point, honorable members, the sitting of the House is adjourned. It is going to resume on the 10th day of May 2022 at 10 a.m. Thank you.